Lesson 4.1 Digital Protagonism. In our digital occupation, we are mobilized in our digital jobs. We perform the task of being experts on consumption goods as experts who assess and promote goods and services. We write reviews and give assessment, whereas once we were simply consumers of goods and services. But for markets, we are no longer the same customers of yesteryear. We are often just customer anymore. Now we are also agents working on the front line of the production of meaning and value for the goods and services we use. Even in this sense, the digital revolution has radically changed relationships. Once, our task was to purchase and consume goods and services provided by an industrial system that sought to steer our preferences and choices through advertising and by profiling us on the basis of structural characteristics, in particular demographic ranges, and then economic and social categories. Profiling for marketing purposes was indeed a powerful means of conditioning our consumption. Our digital engagement, our new digital work, represents a powerful new factor in the development of and fine-tuning of consumption manipulation techniques, which is the new direction that studies of the new frontiers of digital marketing are taking. Prosumers are increasingly becoming the fulcrum of the economic and social system tied to production. Thanks to the digital testimonies that prosumers lives of their consumption, they provide information not only about their preferences, but also their relationship with the brand and their assessment and observation of pre- and after-sales services information that serves to meticulously map of their expectation and which is fundamental for enterprises when outlining and planning their marketing and sales strategies. But all our new digital works and reviewers unlocks a much more important opportunity. On the one hand, through the records of our behavior and choices, we provide key details of our habits, our feelings, our needs, our aspirations, and our expectation, contributing in a small way to enriching our traditional profiles, which are and remain available to enterprises. On the other hand, unlike in the past, we also contribute to giving meaning and value to goods and services before they are even produced, and we provide the indication on how they should be designed and built to satisfy our demands, as well as on how they should be promoted and placed on the market. Our main new role, therefore, is to align to goods and services that we want before they are even conceived and obviously put into production. Looking more closely at the matter, we can see that one of the most significant transformations is the disintegration of the classical schemes for analyzing markets centered on profiling and segmentation. With the constant registration of individual behavior, user profiling based on the structural breakdown on markets into consumer categories to be targeted in offering goods and services is overcome as it is too slow and imprecise to grasp the new trends unfolding. Such slowness and imprecision are key factors determining the inadequacy of the conventional system adopted to read and analyze the dynamics governing economic process underway. In the present-day society, as we have seen, what we conceived as simple acts of communication is transforming into a recording process in which everyone, at every moment of every day, raises their hands to say, "Here I am." In that act of recording, in which everyone confirms their own existence, much information is recorded. When each of us asserts, "I am here right now," we are also saying what we are thinking, what we are saying, and what we are buying in a continuous, unstable, and variable flux of information, where shortly afterwards we raise our hands again to say we are somewhere else, wanting something else, and ready to buy some different good and service. Of particular relevance here are the considerations developed earlier on identification and individuation processes in the light of the digital transformation. The act of individuation is particular as assumed a more specific nature than in the past, as it tends to become increasingly less conscious. In short, we identify ourselves in our group of reference most easily through what we say or write in explicit terms, but we individuate ourselves through constant acts of differentiation that more often than not are automatic and unconscious. In this way, we each constantly record the instance of our being consumers and redefine our very essence by signaling the multiplication and diversification of our needs and wants, which marks the differentiation of our essence as individuals. Thus, we have a process in hypersegmentation in terms of specificity, enhanced and aggravated by its transience over time. That extreme variability over time, where we express very different instances of our being at different times, leads us to the question of the liquidity of the process that define single individuals on the basis of an understanding and acceptance of their mutability. The concept of liquidity has enjoyed notable success in recent years and attracted much more attention for its evocative appeal. Yet, for its validity and relevance, the concept of individual is fully consistent and concrete, or, in other words, solid, should be not dismissed. This reference to the concreteness and solidity of individuals combines with the consideration addressed earlier on the digital and the reality that we experience, confirming that digital interaction is not marked as abstract or virtual.